once again with the youngest mayor of Earl, Arkansas, Jaylen Smith. So, Jaylen, what advice would you give to young people who are interested in pursuing a career in politics or public service?
Oh, that's an amazing question. That's a good question. I love to answer. So, my encouragement would be to young people that are trying to make a difference in trying to step into roles of leadership. Is number one, uh, put God first. Uh, Second, I would say be a great listener. Thirdly, do what your heart desire you to do. The sky is the limit. In order for you to be successful, you have to take failures and just continue to press forward, regardless of what people tell you, because we know and you know that we're going to have obstacles, challenges, and distraction, but it's not going to do anything but prepare us for a later time in life. And when you get to the later time in life, you'll look back and say, I'm prepared for that. I can face this on the forefront. And so I would just say, continue to strive for greatness. Continue to strive for greatness.
I agree.
I agree too.
One more question from me, and then I'll let
No,
David take
go
the
ahead.
floor.
Go ahead.
So, how do you balance your responsibilities as mayor with your personal life and other commitments?
Oh, great question. So, with me, I have so I have a mayor job. I have college that I'm doing online. I have a part-time job while I work at a mortuary where I'm serving families in this community. And so, in my personal life, when I go home, that's when I just kind of relax and decompress and sleep and relax and just enjoy the moment at home. And some days, some weekends, I go, just enjoy riding ATVs, etc., watch movies, go out to eat, and just do things I want to do. And it's not difficult at all to separate my personal life from my business life. And I actually enjoy separating my personal life and my business life because it just makes me more successful. And pretty much, pretty much work 7 days a week because I just love serving families, serving the people of this community, waking up every day, just being a motivational inspiration to people of this community and around this world. Because being a young teenager, I don't think you see in this world today is us creating crime. I mean, creating crime and doing craziness. But you have ones like me just trying to make a difference, trying to make an impact, and try to make the world great. It's just such an amazing thing.
Yeah, I'm just curious of how you handle all this at once, even as how mayors do it here, because it's like you're balancing out a lot of these things with your personal life, and even as mayor of Earl, Arkansas. Like, how do you do that here?
I mean, mainly just put what is priority. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Marriage is a priority. My personal life is a priority. College work is a priority. My second job is a priority, and it's just basically just juggling it all around. And you know, marriage jobs are originally from 8 to 4, but technically, a marriage job is a 24/7 job.
Mm-hmm.
And mainly, just you just have to put in front of you what's more important and what is the priorities.
Right. So with all this that's been going on, and even with you, Mayor Smith, becoming the mayor of Earl, Arkansas here, there's a lot that's been going on here between we discussed earlier in our show about the topic with abortion and even what Gen Z is trying to do to get their voices out heard and to vote, and as well as the issue with gun violence here in America. So there's a lot here that we have to discuss with so little time here that we have here, because I'm reading here that the rate of gun deaths has increased 40% from 2011 to 2020, or like from right now. So I'm just curious of what as mayor of Earl, Arkansas, or even as a future politician, like who knows if you might become president of the United States here,
I
like what?
receive it.
Yes, but what is like your plan of action to prevent gun violence from like happening even in your city of Earl, Arkansas, and like also on the issue of abortion here, how is that being played out? Or like is every woman being protected or like getting the access to abortion, despite the fact that there's some states that are trying to restrict abortion's rights here?
Gotcha. So the number one piece I go into about the gun violence piece. So within
Yes.
Earl doesn't too much have a gun violence problem,
Mm-hmm.
but we did have a gun violence problem back in earlier of 2022
Mm-hmm.
with here, which it was a horrible tragedy event. There was all these gun shootings was going on,
Right.
but in order for us to prevent gun violence and the gun shootings, different things in our and pretty much in this community, what we do, we don't too much have that right now as I speak because number one, we are one big family and we all work, we all compensate together. And with us, even though we have a police department that's kind of short staffed right now, but we have partnered with different agencies to kind of show a lot of police presence within the community, particularly throughout the day, throughout the night. So we're working with not only our police department, working with our county agency, our state police partner, our ATF, drug task force, et cetera, different things to kind of see why are we having those problems? Why do we have the problem in the past and how can we prevent those problems? And
Right.
number one, how you can prevent it. The ways you can prevent it is number one is more police presence in the areas of the where it's going on. Um, Secondly, define and identify who's doing the shootings and why they're doing the shootings. And thirdly, and try to come to some kind of conclusion of how we can get them or decrease the violence that are going on. But again, I go back to say this in this community, since I've been in office, we haven't had probably a gun violence shooting in this community, which I'm grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
And praying as we go down this line of this journey, we continue to be successful where not no gun violence is happening in this community. We just want to continue to be safe, a peaceful community where people can come and just sit back and relax. And I'm just very grateful as mayor of this amazing city, just trying to be more proactive than reacting when it comes down to gun violence because we never know when it could happen. But we just want to be more proactive. So when it happens, we just want to be proactive. We want to be there.
Mayor Smith, what is your message to Gen Z voters?
Gen Z voters.
Yes. For
Yes.
the young people.
The young people.
Yes.
Okay. So my message to them is number one, get registered to vote. Then secondly, go to the polls and vote because your vote is your voice.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a difference at the poll by just going to vote. And that's very important because being a registered voter and your vote does matter. A lot of people say, my vote don't matter. It don't matter. Your vote do matter. That one vote, it matter now. And so getting registered and going to the polls and voting for the important people that you know that's going to serve your community well. Because when I ran for office, which my office was a nonpartisan office. So I have a lot of times people ask me what am I, and my response to them it's not about who I am or what party it's not about what party I support. It's about me as a leader making the difference in this community so all these people in my community can succeed and be successful and grow.
Good answer.
And so
Yes.
that's kind of my piece of it, kind of inspiring young leaders to go out and vote. We vote for people that we know that's going to do the work. It's going to put people first and paperwork second.
Right. One
And so
last.
just going to get registered and going to the post vote, that's it's really important.
Yes, it is. One last question here, because time goes so quick here. Because I mentioned about abortion. Like, what is like your stance on abortion, and what do you plan on doing to like making sure every young person has access to abortion, despite the fact that there's some states that are restricting abortion laws and everything else here?
So, well, I can't decide what women do to their body.
Mm-hmm.
We can't decide how we can't decide what dictate how people deal with their body.
Right.
Let them decide on what they want to do because it's them, not us.
Right.
Our job is to support them, not make the decision for them in that case. And so I would just say, as a leader, leave it up to the mother what she want to do with her child.
Mm-hmm.
We can do so many ways to hurt a mother, but we don't know what a mother is going through. So I couldn't say as a leader, I know what's best for them because in reality, I don't know what's best for them.
Right.
Because one, I'm not in their shoes.
Right.
So we'll never know what a person is going through unless we're in their shoes or have something similar. But as leaders of this nation, we shouldn't decide what women do with their bodies.
I
Right.
agree.
We
We
agree.
just just leave it up to them because again, we can't we as leaders, it's not our job to make decisions for what a woman about what a female should do with her body or to what she should do to her child. That's
Yes.
not our job. Our
Right.
job is to make our country greater and
Yes.
better. That's our job.
That is true. But it's also a worry of concern of like what could happen if your state gets the restrictions of the abortion access. Like, what do you plan on doing if that were to be the result? If that was the case here?
So my plan is, continue to just bring our political leaders. I mean, my state legislators and my congressmen together to kind of define some kind of work out some kind of plan of how we can, be an assistance, not a decision maker for the women, but be an assistant to them and how we can better be an avenue when they need someone. We want to be there, not a decision maker, but an assistance and an avenue that they have the best support from us. And so that's my plan. If it does, if it goes to Arkansas, which I'm praying that we still stay where we are and let our let the females decide what they want to do to their bodies.
Right. Mayor Smith, it's never enough time with you. We enjoy this great conversation with you, and we enjoyed having you on the show. Please come back and visit us anytime. You're welcome to come to New York whenever you're here. We're welcome to have you on for sure. It's just been so great. It's just never enough time with you, but we thank you so much,
Thank
Mayor
you,
Smith.
Mayor Smith.
Yes, our special thanks to Mayor.
Thank you so much.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was oh, sorry about that. But I was saying I thank you all so much for having me on the spotlight. And also I'll be in New York next week actually. But I'm so grateful that
Oh, you gotta have him
I
on
get
the
a chance
show.
to talk with you all
Oh.
You gotta stop by and come visit us.
Yes, we do. But Mayor Smith,
today. Okay.
yes, thank you, Mayor Smith, for joining us. Our special thanks to Mayor Jaylen Smith of Earl, Arkansas, for joining us and for a great conversation. We wish him continued success on his journey to create change and so much more in the future ahead. And we look forward to great things, hearing great things ahead, and what he's doing for us and even throughout the nation. And as for us always here at the Spotlight, we'll be right back. Okay?